This is another episode of Builddaburg Music Group, Streets is Watching Podcast. I'm your host, Forever B, along with my co-host, Prince Lawyer. I do hope everyone's doing well today. Today we will be discussing the latest information and allegations in reference to Clarissa Shields and Papoose. For you all who don't know, Papoose is a rapper, um, as well as Clarissa Shields. She's a woman, heavyweight champion boxer. Um, there's been a lot of controversy that's been going on lately for people and their opinions about Clarissa and her relationship involvements with Papoose. And we see that there is a lot of people that's looking down on her and giving her a lot of backlash for a lot of different things that they see or they feel about her that we would like to address um, in reference to that. Peace and harmony to you, dear brother. How you doing this day?
Oh man, wise and civilized, brother. Striving to keep pushing on throughout this crazy world we living in.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Fact, my brother. Definitely is a crazy, crazy world, so to speak. A lot of people like to
And
call it the wild, wild west, right? Yeah, man. Definitely. Man, have you been seeing the thing that been going on with Clarissa Shields and Papoose?
oh yeah.
And yeah, man, there's been a lot of people been wilding out on her, speaking about the sister's appearance, um, saying that she's desperate.
Mhm.
She's dealing with a married man.
Mhm.
A lot of different things that she has been catching lately, and it brings curiosity to why she's being attacked. You know, me personally, I'm a male, so I have the right to say this. Um, a lot of people saying that she's ugly, she's not appealing, she's man-like. And when I perceive her, I don't perceive those things from her. I do see a woman who is somewhat self-confident. Right? She believes in herself.
Mhm.
Um, However, the way that she carry herself in the day and time that we in, I would have to say that she is living more ideal as a woman than a lot of the women that we see today inside our community. Mm. And to see that she catching a lot of the backlash and people are humiliating her and speaking down on her, I would have to say that I don't find that much peace in that. I don't see that to be something that is pleasurable or something that she actually deserves, considering that she's trying to do everything right. Um, Now, I will say that the only thing I can find a bit of fault in her is the fact that she has to be involved with the male that possibly is married, and still trying to get out of a relationship and papoose. But other than for as how she displays herself and her professionalism, I have to only say that she displays herself as a real black, strong, independent woman who has values about herself. So I don't understand why all these backlashes and all these people that speaking these things against this sister. Uh, mm, I'm still trying to figure that one out, good brother.
Mhm.
How you see
Yeah.
that, good bro?
I see. I mean, I see the same way. You know what I mean? As far as a lot of it just from my view, a lot of it just hating. You know,
Mhm.
that's what I'm seeing. A lot of it just really being hating because I don't really find no too much of truth in what they're saying. I ain't never seen a. I mean, I don't. Maybe it's us, but
Right.
I don't see nothing that ugly about her. I mean,
Word.
I don't see now characteristic of ugly about her. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
she has a right, just like people have a right to say what they say or have their opinions on her. She have a right to defend herself. She have
Mm-hmm.
a right to her opinions, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we dealing with a female as well. But
Right.
what really strikes me odd is when you see males.
Yeah.
Notice I said males
Yes,
talking
sir.
about it. I didn't say men. See,
Mm.
because there's a difference between being a male and a man. Because the male could have a she on the front of it, so it could be a she male. You know,
Mm.
yeah. So I
Right.
mean, you know, I mean, I had when I said something to you about that, brother. I said, man, me being a man, man, you very seldom find men that put down a woman that's
Right.
constantly talking down on a woman. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, the only time boys, keep in mind, I said the word boys. Only time boys play joked on girls was in school,
Right.
kindergarten, first grade,
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Facts.
second grade. You know, but once you start learning the value of a girl, even in
Mm-hmm.
the fifth grade, sixth grade, things of that nature, you say, hold on, man. Hey, if some let's just say somebody said something about a sister, you'll be like, hey man, what's up with you?
Heard.
Why you talking about her, bro?
Yeah.
That's a girl, man. You don't make that girl cry. I remember an incident like that happened back in school, man. Some dude had made the girl cry, man. I had to see about it, man. You know that
Word.
yeah, I had to handle that situation.
Yeah, no
You know,
question, my
because
brother.
that wasn't fair to make that girl cry. So I asked man, I said, well, can you make me cry? You know what I
Mm.
mean? You know,
Right.
I said, you made her cry. Let go over here by the tree and let's see, can you
Right.
make me cry? You
Yeah,
know,
I'm ready.
so for men to talk about a female, I mean, what is to talk about? You should be praising her, man. I mean,
Word.
this the greatest woman boss on the planet. You know, not only her being a great boss, look at the barriers she broke for black women. Period. Look at the barriers she broke. She don't got no BBL. You
Mm-hmm.
know, she don't got no, you know, she ain't had to get none of that. She don't her face don't be caked up with makeup with a
Mm-hmm.
fake nose and fake
Right.
eyelash and fake this and fake that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they even said
Mm-hmm.
something about her hair, but she got long natural hair.
That's what I'm
You
saying, man.
know, I mean, and we know she in shape.
Right.
So how many of y'all are actually in shape or y'all paid for y'all six pack? You
Mm-hmm.
know, some people,
Right.
most of the six packs you see on these female, they didn't work out to get that.
Word.
They paid for that, man.
No
She
question.
worked out. She worked out to get her shape, her physique.
Mm-hmm.
She put
Mm-hmm.
in work to get that. Not to mention,
Right.
you know, just her accomplishments, man. Why not
Right.
salute the sister?
No doubt.
Why not applaud the sister? What she'll I how many bosses you know ain't confident? How many bosses you know ain't ready for you to step in the ring? How
Right.
many bosses you know ain't gonna tell you they gonna knock you out? Muhammad Ali was the greatest.
Absolutely.
And everybody know what he did to you.
That's right. No
Not
doubt.
only did he talk junk to you before the match, he talked junk to you while he was fighting you.
Yeah, for sure.
But guess what? He won.
No question.
And guess what? She wins.
Question.
So
Right.
if you want, I mean, from it's a saying we used to use in back on the street, man. We said, if you want me to stop talking, shut my mouth.
That's right.
And we know what that means.
That's right.
So I mean,
Yeah,
I
we-
think if y'all want her to stop talking, I think somebody needs to shut her mouth. Other than
no
that,
question.
I salute the sister and I hope she keep on talking.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? She ain't nobody told her who told her she had to be quiet. Why she
Right.
I mean, what you mean be quiet? Who said that? Why she
Mm-hmm.
gotta be quiet? Why y'all
Mm-hmm.
can't be quiet for messing with her?
Mm-hmm.
You know, but y'all,
Indeed,
y'all
brother.
don't realize y'all talking about her, but y'all talking about her, but you don't realize y'all the one talking.
No question.
You
No
know, and
question.
when it comes when it comes to their relationship, it look solid from what I see.
Right.
You know? I mean, quite naturally in a relationship, you gonna have an up or a down or a bump in the road, but
Mhm.
from what I see, everything coast and smooth.
Absolutely.
You
Right.
know.
And real. And they
Mm-hmm.
definitely look seem to be that they're evolving with each other. Um, just as you all recognize on this clip that is also playing, that we can see that they are trying to prepare themselves for the fight that she has coming up in a couple of months. Right? We know understanding that she's gonna actually fight a couple of months from now, and she's in preparation. And her manager also is Papoose. So he and himself and her involved, very involved for the activity in which they produce, the time they spend with one another, and also trying to prepare her for the time, that she's about to be faced with. You know?
Mm-hmm.
But from the male perspective, that you say, I want to tap in on that.
Mm-hmm.
Where the males get off today, glamorizing women just off of their looks, or what they perceive for somebody to look to from the outer appearance. I
Mm-hmm.
thought the person was supposed to be judged by their values and the
Mm-hmm.
qualities in which they hold. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and looking at her from how she display herself to say that she's 30, 31, some odd years old, she for surely is very mature considering a lot of
Mm-hmm.
these sisters that we see out here.
Mm-hmm.
Because there is a
Mm-hmm.
lot of women out here that is getting the BBLs and they're getting these fake breasts and doing all these other type of things that's artificial in the sense where it's not natural. And I
Mm-hmm.
can speak from a male perspective myself. I value the natural beauty of a black woman, a Moorish woman,
Mm-hmm.
or African woman.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the qualities in which I seek from her. So if she's displaying that on that level, then we actually seeing that person for who they truly are and not what they appear to be.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a lot of these women out here who are so caked up, like you saying, they got so much different makeup and weaves and things like this in their hair, you can't even identify who the individual actually is from their appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you wake up in the morning, you look at the individual and you have a hard time identifying.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Because these individuals have put up so much makeup and they put on so much artificial clothing and weaves and etc. Until you find out the next day that this may be not exactly what you signed up for,
Mm-hmm.
but it appeared that it was that what you had signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
You thought you were looking at something that really wasn't real. So therefore, you cannot now, as a person, value when you do see a real woman, opposed to a
Mm-hmm.
woman who's being more artificial and who's carrying themselves with all these other types of things, of cosmetics that had nothing to do with natural beauty. All right. And to see her and her self confidence and her stance, like you spoke a moment ago, what boxer, if you're a boxer, what individual you know who's not confident or who don't have the ability to be confident being a boxer? You know, so it's her stance to have those types of you want to say egos and certain types of prides and things like that she may be dealing with, which I think that sometimes that's what men have a tendency to judge on,
Mm-hmm.
based off of ego and being that man play off of ego. This is where a lot of these she men and these men now are attacking her based
Mm-hmm.
off of what they feel the quality of a woman should be. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like she have to be on a lower level, or she can't display her self confidence and who she is. That makes her other than.
Uh-huh.
And we as society, especially as the black male, we have to get out of these stereotypical ways of looking at if a woman don't have no abilities to be supreme, or she don't have no ability to display herself in a higher quality or state of her existence. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
she has that right also. But a lot of time we get so stuck in the we know no woman can be better than us, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
She's no real boxer. Get in the ring with a man. What that got to do with her being a female boxer?
Yeah.
You know, and what man want to show her up in that way? It should be natural that you as a man understand that you have a little more strength than she do, even as a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
We took her and put her in the ring with Anthony Joshua,
Mm-hmm.
a heavyweight male boxer and a heavyweight female boxer, which would be her. We know we would see a different fight.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Regardless of how much she tried to display herself on that level, there are levels to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But for her
Mm-hmm.
stance to be a black woman and getting all the backlash that she getting, all the different opinions, all the people that ascribe to have something to say about her
Mm-hmm.
and her
Mm-hmm.
stance, she have to have a position of a defense,
Mm-hmm.
right? 'Cause she's human. And who am I gonna let you just sit there? You can just say anything about me or degrade my character in that way and not me speak upon it.
Mm-hmm.
So in some aspects, I admire the fact that she had the script and ability to stand up for herself. I would say that if I had to bring my perception in it, I would say her downside is striving to attack everything within the media, right?
Mm-hmm.
And getting caught up in all of the propaganda and all of the different naysays that we see that's going on out there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can elaborate on the dear brother.
Okay. You know, I'm glad you said something about that. Um, far as far as that's concerned, um, I'm like you. I think um, I think she need not to focus on that part. You know what I mean? As of right now, and I mean, we like you said, we understand the egoism that come with being a boxer. You know what I mean? Being in the sports world. We understand that being in the sports world is difficult within itself in any kind of sports area. You know what I mean? As far as dealing with competition. So, a person that's great in any kind of sport, one thing about them, they have a lot of pride, which is due for it. They have a lot of they have a competitive, what you want to call a competitive spirit. And sometimes that competitive spirit uh can be misplayed, or what you want to call be utilized in a way that ain't helpful to that individual. Uh, so dealing with the aspect of the social media and things of that nature coming to her, mess with her, I think it'd be in her best interest to leave that part of it alone, because she got a fight coming up here February 22nd. Which is like a month away from now. So she got 4 more weeks for a fight. So I think, for that part, maybe she need to, like I said, get herself off of that aspect of things, because these people on this social media platform, they don't know you. They don't know her, man. But I think there's also a issue not just with her, but with a lot of people, and especially with females. Females. That's the arena when you want to call dealing with uh, uh, any type of scrutiny, any type of females. Females tend to have more of a complex of fighting with words. You know, females they get into it verbally a lot more than males. Males tend to take it physically. You know what I mean? Because that's just in our nature as being men. We tend not to do the verbal thing too long. Most of the time they don't last long with men most of the time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Sometimes with females, they can just go on and on and on and on and on and on and on with verbal disputes.
Right.
So and these females that's coming at her, they know this too. Cause they
Mm-hmm.
female. So they know they can just keep they know how it just something about females that when another female says something about them, it just does something to 'em. You
Right,
know,
right.
it's different for them. You know, we try to
Mm-hmm.
tell them, you know, I got sisters, you know, got cousins and stuff. Sometimes you try to tell them, man, hey man, that ain't that. They
Mm-hmm.
can for some reason they just don't they not good at accepting it. You
Right.
know, they're not good at just letting things be when somebody done talked about, oh, no, she said this and this about me. And so they just
Mm-hmm.
they have a natural it's some I don't we don't know what it is because we men.
It's chromosome. I mean, if we had to go into that aspect,
True
possibly
indeed.
chromosome,
True indeed.
right? You know, but I understand clearly what you're saying. We can't
Mhm,
specifically put our hand directly on it, but I guess if
mhm,
we had to, that may be some of the things that would translate with her some that
mhm,
would take her away from some of those qualities of having that ability through her logic and aspects of reasoning, which they would say
mhm,
come from the masculine energy,
mhm,
that will allow her to be able to reason with those situations a lot more than we
mhm,
do. Like we
mhm,
understand as males that people gonna gossip, people gonna have something to say about you regardless of what. So
mhm,
now do you challenge and attack every situation or everyone that had those type of
mhm,
negative convictions or thoughts about you, or you
mhm.
have to let someone roll off your shoulder? You know what
Uh-huh.
I
True
mean?
indeed.
I think for women, they're always striving to, like you say, validate themselves.
Mhm,
So if someone is questioning them in their stance, I
mhm,
think they do find themselves into defense mode in a lot of cases because
mhm,
of it. That's
mhm,
how we used to know this moment of not analogy in that aspect of it.
uh-huh.
I also saw them out there, them and Papoose was like I say, training,
Mhm,
but for some reason it seemed as if she's not engaging in her training the way that she normally trains.
mhm,
Um, and it made me wonder: is she dealing with a lot of the different energies, or some of these types of things that she's hearing is messing with her confidence or her self esteem?
mhm,
It's something there that I'm seeing that I noticed because I've been following her for some time. What I'm seeing in her training and her resume that she's going through, it seems as if she's just going through the motion. That she's not really activating and taking this as if she normally would take most of her fights that I haven't seen previously.
mhm,
I will
mhm,
state that I hope, and I say hope because it's a contradiction as well as an opinion,
mhm,
that she's not as caught into some of the allegations of the situation and being in a relationship with the male that now taking away some of her focus.
mhm,
And we know once she was a sister that was said to be celibate and not, involving herself with males at that point. So
mhm,
now we hope that she hasn't been holding herself and all of that we say the spirit and all of that is evolving with her. And now that she's getting laid and she's going through those different things and releasing herself in that way, that she's
mhm,
losing some of that spark
mhm,
that you normally would have,
mhm,
in self. When you are to that highest form of your ability and you're displaying, more of your natural qualities to deal
mhm,
more with your inner being and your inner chi and your inner quality of yourself that
mhm,
allow you to have this tremendous stamina and this type of activeness in
mhm,
you that
mhm,
is warish in its form of how it's being released.
mhm,
So I see that is something that seemed to me, and again, just what I see from video and doing what they call the eye test. And maybe as time goes on throughout the months and throughout the next couple of weeks, she start to pick it up some,
mhm,
right? People also got to recognize that this sister has been through a lot as well. You know,
Mm-hmm.
this sister is a black woman for sure, Moorish woman, but she also is a woman who also has dealt with a lot of hardship and a lot of if you would say shortcomings in her bringing up,
Mm-hmm.
right? That has her questioning things, questioning people, questioning certain situations in her life that she still carries with her to this day. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so I think for us, especially from black men, Moorish men, African men, we need to be more supportive and more of a crutch for our sister at this time
Mm-hmm.
than being an Achilles heel or some type of injury to her. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because by us as men going at her the way that some of us are going at her and calling her out these names and saying how she's look manly and things of this sort, this also kills the confidence as well. It takes away the woman's ability to be able to get the highest quality or the most out of the person that you're striving to get from them.
Mm-hmm.
Because if any man walking around wanting a sister to fail and not stay and remain to carry on history
Mm-hmm.
and carry history for our culture and people, that's saying a lot about you as a man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, we should want her to be undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
We should want her to do something that, so to speak, never been heard of.
Mm-hmm.
So why are we out striving to bring her down when we can really just simply just lead good words of encouragement and lift her up?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking some things as us as male that we also got to come in now and put away some of this what we call little boy talk and this little boy games that we playing here. You
Mm-hmm.
know, grow up,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like you say, calling somebody out their name and talking about somebody that's ugly and all that. That's you do that stuff when you was a little child.
Mm-hmm.
Baby food, baby thing when you do when you on the playground and you're a little boy in primary school and you
Mm-hmm.
see somebody and you start to clowning on them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Start
Mm-hmm.
cracking on them as some people say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then you get a certain age like you just like you spoke earlier, you get out of that. You
Mm-hmm.
don't still hold on to that. You start to understand, even as a young boy or a little boy, that the woman still has a certain respect or it's a certain way of the man in which you still supposed to be able to direct yourself with a little girl or a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But to be there talking down on her
Mm-hmm.
and making mockery of the sister,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and again, all those so-called individuals who talking, I guarantee you, somewhere in their life, they done had one in their life that looked better than that. They
Mm-hmm.
ain't talking about physical appearance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most of them had some that look just as worse than she is, but because it's her and she has confidence and she is standing in what they might refer to as a male sport,
Mm-hmm.
then she now find people hating on her, like you say, and trying to make her have a downfall so she can't go with that record and have that self confidence, still stand to be a strong black woman who's a successful. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and it's sad to see that within our culture, to know that you got a lot of people that is more for her downfall than actually seeing this sister here be uplifted.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And
Mm-hmm. It's
yeah,
a
man.
it's a it displays insecurity.
Mm.
That's what it displays when you see a man doing that, it only show his insecurity. See that same man who's saying that he feel like she can beat him in the ring.
Mm.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
really. Yeah, matter of fact, he probably knows she could beat him in the ring.
Mhm.
Or
Mhm.
or he done sold his soul uh and did some things that he know a man ain't supposed to do.
Mhm.
Or maybe he done got smacked before and ain't do nothing back. Or maybe he
Mhm.
done got beat up before by somebody that shouldn't have beat him up.
Mhm.
Maybe he used to get bullied in school. by
Mm,
someone who had a confident attitude, and only reason he got bullied because he just was a wimp,
mm,
you know, because energy wins the fight anyway. You know,
that's right.
when you step in the ring, you know who gonna win? The person who got the more confidence in themselves.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's who gonna win because it ain't. See, people think it's the blows that win. No, it's not the blows. No, it's not the
Mm-hmm.
blows. It's the mind.
That's right.
It's the heart. The mind, the heart, physical is the last thing that win the fight.
Mm-hmm.
But when
That's
you
right.
see people in the ring, you think the physical is the first thing that win the fight.
Right.
I beg the difference
Mm-hmm.
because we know and understand that if if someone's finna hit me, right, and I'm fearful or I'm terrified or I'm scared of that person, me just being scared, they can just act like they finna hit me.
Mm-hmm.
And it been known for people to have heart attacks when somebody even act like they finna hit them. When somebody flinch at them, they go in.
Word, son.
So w- when you see men doing that, it's them. It's I ain't gonna say a man because them little boy, like you said, bro, that's a little boy. We can understand. I can get it coming from a female. I can get that,
Mm-hmm. Right.
which is
Mm-hmm.
it still shouldn't be the case.
Mm-hmm.
It still shouldn't be the case. That's not
Right.
something that we still supposed to do, even coming from a female.
Right. No
You
doubt.
know, not from our culture in its original state.
No doubt.
Our culture don't do that
No doubt.
in the original state. See, our brains have been washed. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we've been
Mm-hmm.
brainwashed into thinking that it's cool or that it's peace to talk down on a person. Because see, when you talk down on a person, you put bad energy on that person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's what you want to call hexing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all probably done heard of what hexing is. It's what
Mm-hmm.
you call cursing or hexing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some things don't need to be said. You know, when I walk, I know if I don't take one foot in front of the other and keep walking with putting my left foot for the right foot for the right, I know I'm gonna fall.
Doubt.
But do we have to say that all day long when we walk? Once, all right, right, left, right. Do you say that when you walk? No,
No. Nothing.
because it's
Right.
natural. Because we know that that's something we gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
So when it come down to the aspect of, like you said, when it come down to the aspect of that, if you feel like she's this or she's that, it's a saying, put your money where your mouth at. She got a
Right.
fight coming up,
Right. Better against him.
bet against them.
Mhm. That's right. That's
If
right.
you feel like she a bomb, if you feel like she ain't gonna win, if you feel like all these things right here, bet against her, for you can win you
Mhm.
some money.
That's right. That's right.
But guess
That's
what?
right.
I bet you, I bet you, 9 times out of those 10 people, they ain't gonna bet against them.
Word, son.
So if you're not willing to bet against them, that says a lot about yourself. Because myself, if I feel that way about someone, I'm betting against them.
Yo, for
Because
sure.
like we always say, brother, audio
Let's make the video.
need to match the video.
That's right. No question, my brother.
So, we see a lot of audio around here, but it ain't matching the video.
Videos. For
Not
sure,
only
my
that,
brother.
you remember she also put $100,000 a challenge out there now.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
knows. That's right.
ain't no use to nobody acting like they can't. Yeah, cause she said she put that out there. If you feel like you can beat me, it go $100,000 if you can beat me.
That's right. Your money where your
Pull
mouth
up,
at.
pull up.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
pull
She
up.
definitely did do that.
Yeah,
You
pull
know?
up. I mean, and then I mean, that way you can, because it's not fair to her, to have to go through some scrutiny for nothing. That's not fair. That's not
No
right,
question.
man. That ain't
No
right to
question.
do that, man.
No doubt.
Come on, man. See that shows you a lot too. That also shows you that they don't even know what she been through.
Right.
Either
Right.
either they don't know what she been through, or they don't give a damn.
Right. What she went through. That's right. The whole
Now,
thing to make her look bad. Yeah, I feel you.
if you're a female, right? If you're a female, how can you not respect someone that done been through what she been through, man?
Mm. No
She
doubt.
she she had actually been raped, man.
Right, man.
See, everybody forgetting it.
Yeah, no question, bro. Peace be with
Everybody
us.
forgetting it. That's serious, man. Everybody forgetting
Yeah,
that one part right there.
yes, sir.
They forgetting that one part.
Mm,
Either they forgetting
mm,
it once again, either
mm,
they forgetting it,
mm-hmm.
or they just don't care.
Yeah, exactly, my
Now, this
brother.
says a lot about a woman. That says a
Mm,
lot about a so-called black woman.
mm-hmm. Indeed.
Talking bad about your sister that done had that traumatic event take place to her in her life, man.
Mhm.
I mean, come on, man.
No
Come
doubt, my
on, man.
G.
Come on,
Absolutely.
man. That's just
Right.
like that's just like somebody in a wheelchair, man. And you picking on them.
Doubt, brother.
I mean, why would you do that? You
Question.
know, that's disgraceful, man. And
Right.
you know what? You better be careful about that too.
Mm,
You
mm,
better be careful about that kind of stuff, man.
mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna tell you something. When people like her go through certain things in life and they come out the way they is, it's something behind it now.
No doubt.
It's something behind it, someone behind it, however you want to call it. Hey, y'all know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God, the
Right.
universe, Allah, however you see that higher
Right.
power, however you see that energy, the
Mm-hmm.
ancestors, the most high, ancient spirit, however you see it,
Doubt.
Kundalini, however you want to see it, guess what?
Right. Jesus
It,
Christ. All of the same.
Jesus Christ, however you want to see it, Jehovah,
Mhm.
Buddha,
Right.
guess what? It's with that sister.
Doubt.
You better believe it with her now.
Right.
Man,
Right.
man, you talking about a sister that been through all of that and them gold medals at the
Question.
age of what, 16, man, 17?
Right. Right. That's right. That's
Everybody
right.
know, like they said, you always say that song. I think you was saying that song, you said, everybody wanna be a star,
Right.
something like
Right.
that.
Right. Everybody want to be a star. Everybody want to
See,
be a star. Nobody
see,
want to be who they are. No doubt. Benny Siegel, man. No question. That's real, brother. And that's what's going on. For real, for real, for real, for real. And I'm glad you made mention of that because they also, we also connected into the industry. We deal with a lot of the music and entertainment. And the word is that, and again, it's just the word
mhm,
that she's possibly also being attacked by the industry. You know,
mhm,
it's always been a stigma or a duty for some of those certain societies and cultures
mhm,
to find ways to bring down the black man or woman,
mhm,
right? And they also done did some researching and they done did a few things in
mhm,
reference to some of the same thing we just talked about in her condition,
mhm,
right?
mhm,
So the
mhm,
word is that we also want to strive to um, take her through a mental strain and stress to the point
mhm,
where they strive to evaluate this sister
mhm,
and put her in this type of mental health or a mental condition that would take her away from being able to continue to remain in her position as being the GOAT. You know,
mhm,
and we start to see and we notice that when she's doing interviews or certain podcasts or things that she does inside of the media or inside of the entertainment world, she's being blackballed in a sense for the question that is being asked to her, the thing that they are speaking, and the question that they're asking them is controversial questions, right? which in return is gonna make someone act out or make someone want to stand up in defense of their reputation,
Mhm.
which in return can make you look like you crazy, like you wild and you ignorant and something is wrong with you and you need some help, right?
Mhm.
That's what the propaganda or the illusion or the narrative that they was trying to paint on this dear sister, that she need to be evaluated. And we know, unfortunately, she don't have a lot of people in her corner because a lot
Mhm.
of people that she went to for security and when she had those issues going on that she reached out to, and a lot of them thought that she was crazy and she needed to let those type of things go and et cetera. So she didn't get the support that she's supposed to get, or at least she felt that she deserved at that time, which also allowed her to basically to shut down.
Mhm.
Right. So we know that those issues are not certain things that just go away. Those
Mhm.
things sometimes linger with people forever. Right. So we have to recognize that she's also is possibly being attacked or they're in the media. Because you have to realize, for the people who don't know, we all have to realize that when we see these podcasts and all these different entertainers out here that have these different type of shows, a lot of them is being pushed through the agendas of higher circle or Europeans or wealthy billionaires who actually own these podcasts,
Mhm.
right? And they are all, of course, we should know that they're part of the entertainment world of the fraternal hood and the fraternal
Mhm.
orders,
Mhm.
right? You know, just like the football league, the basketball fraternal order, the football fraternal order, and the hockey fraternal orders, and etc. All these things are still play a part inside of the entertainment world and those who propagate the entertainment or the media. Right? And these people are designed, some of them, to carry out certain missions or agendas.
Mhm.
So we hope that the sister can recognize that, right? And hopefully that Papoose will be able to help guide her in some form to recognize that these are some of the illusions and some of the games that these jokers play.
Mhm.
And you have to be wise and intelligent and have the eye to see where you don't allow it now to take you outside yourself, where you then trick yourself off the street, right?
Mhm.
Within now saying, oh, you mentally is unfit, you need some type of counseling or you need to go through some evaluation
Mhm.
to where now she find herself fighting even more so against the fact that she knows she's not crazy, that she knows that she is a woman of good standards.
Mhm.
But now she found herself fighting with the other man, trying to convince them about she's not that way. And
Mhm.
find her,
Mhm.
and not careful, she be in a straitjacket somewhere.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm. Mhm.
So we will hope that individuals around her are actually talking to her, putting out some good spirits, guiding her in every way they possibly can to not allow her to fall over the edge into this devil's so-called weak civilization, as we like to say.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Mhm. Mhm. Most definitely. And um, she got a good brother with her. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I said, she got a great brother with her, man, that's definitely that's guiding her because, you know, just looking at what she done been through here lately, it's kind of hard to say what position she'll be in or what position she would she would be going right now without him. You get what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's kind of, you know, he with her for a reason. You could just kind of it, what she got going on could be a bit overwhelming. You know what I mean? For a female, like you said, because we know the industry. We know it's a lot of wicketry. You know, it's a lot of technology, man. You know, it's a lot of games get played in the
Mhm.
industry. And like you said, she even do the music too. She and
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
some of the things
Mhm.
I heard, a little bit of touching up, a little bit of touching up, a little bit of touching here.
Mhm.
Hey,
Mhm.
she might have something too now.
Word. That's what
Just
sound
really
good.
listen to her. Yeah,
Sound
I'm
good.
not. I ain't saying she Lil Kim or
Right.
Cardi B, but
Hmm.
I'm saying she might be able to get in the race and maybe could become that because I mean she
Right.
got some skills. She got rhythm.
Hmm.
She got skills. She got the dance moves. She got the body. She got so. I think that's also a part, a part in that she's versatile. Not
Wow.
only not only did she the boxer, but we don't forget she went in the MMA now and whooped ass in there.
That's right. That's right. That's right. She did go to mixed martial arts too, as well. That's right. That's right. That's right. And again, I'm like you,
Yeah.
bro. I feel all that plays a part on what she had to go through or what she went through in her life that transitioned her to carry that with her and use that as
Mhm.
motivation to
Uh-huh.
become a great individual in the process of her craft. And that's what I see from her when I see the determination that she still puts out and the fight that she gives. When she's in the ring, you can see everything coming with her when she bring it. So it's a to me even a certain type of energy and spirit that moves with her. And I agree with you what you spoke about earlier about the gods or the ancestors being with her and preparing her and have her to a position where she was considered to be looked upon and looked down on and was put in a position where she was destroyed to some degree, whether it be her
Uh-huh.
character, whether it be her quality, whether it be her self-esteem. These things were broken from this condition.
Hmm.
But to see her still carrying herself the way that she is,
Yeah.
that's someone to me that seemed like they put that pride on their shoulders and they put that honor that she carries and her self-respect and she places it on her back.
Hmm.
And this is what allowed her to still be able to shake off all of the hate, shake off all of those who have doubted her, but those who undermine her condition and what she had to go through as a black woman. So I see her when I do. I can see that she's always striving to prove that she is somebody and she belongs in the conversation that they give her when they say that she's a great woman or she's a great sister or she is the GOAT for being a heavyweight champion boxer in her craft. And so, regardless of what everybody try to do or say about this sister, I applaud her. And I
Hmm.
see my love and respect to her, and I will continue to support her as long as she continue to do the right things and do the things that is necessary for her to be the best version of herself.
Hmm.
Right.
Hmm.
So me personally, I don't have no issues with her confidence. I have no
Hmm.
issues with her stance. The only person that should be worrying about that is Papoose at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? For long as she give us what we want, meaning her to still carry her craft and be the best version of herself and represent her, us and the culture as the black woman and doing everything that she's supposed to do in that respect. We have to give her honor and her praise for that.
Hmm.
In my view, brother.
Hmm. That's exactly how I see it, brother. You know, I and Boosie walking out.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's gonna be exciting. Boosie walking her
Please.
out, and who doing the song? It'll come back to me, but somebody singing the
Okay.
national anthem. I'm trying to think
Mm.
who's singing the national anthem. But Boosie gonna walk her out.
Okay.
So yeah, I think I think she chose the right one.
That's
You
right.
know what I
That's right. She
mean? She
did.
chose the right one. And
Mhm.
he was real happy about it. Like
Yeah.
when she told him he was walking her out, he was like, "Huh, me? It turned." You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
So
That's right.
the brother man, he get his sister a flower, man. You know what I mean? He pushing her, man, pushing for her. And
That's right.
all of the all of the good brothers, the men that understand these kind of values, they all pushing forward.
That's right. That's
Shannon
right.
Sharp, Fat Joe, them, all
Good.
all all the people that understand the culture and
Mm-hmm.
understand that this woman is actually making history right now.
That's right. That's right.
You know,
Right.
you, man,
Mm-hmm.
see, they don't understand, man, how important it is for us to make history about things. They don't get that.
Right.
It takes a whole lot of ignorance, a whole lot of stupidity, man, and a whole lot of selling out. Knowing what we done went through as a people in this godforsaken land, knowing that what we done went through behind this flag that you call the United States of America, the things our people have went through to
Mm-hmm.
achieve something called greatness, to
Mm-hmm.
achieve rewards of being the best.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you know how hard that is for us to achieve. And see, one thing they good at doing, try to find some kind of way to destroy your image while you on that path to greatness. When you
True.
on that path to greatness, they gotta find some kind of something to destroy your image. So when they bring up your great accomplishment, first thing they can say is, "Oh, well, such and such did that."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, what about the time when they did this?
Mm-hmm.
See, they
Mm-hmm.
don't want they don't want you to have great a great record and have a great name. See, they want to have some kind of dirt on your name. That way you could be looked at as just a regular person that some kind of way just slipped up and did these things.
Right.
They want to disconnect. They want to disconnect the godhood from you. They want to disconnect the Most High from your achievement.
Mm-hmm.
They want to disconnect that,
That's right.
for they can say
Right.
that was not the reason why you was great.
Mm-hmm.
They because they want to show that you're not a great person. You ain't got a great heart. You ain't got a
Mm-hmm.
great mind. You just could fight. See,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so that's
Mm-hmm.
what it's really about, man. So what we saying is, man, when you see a brother or sister achieving greatness, man, you push with them. You don't push against them, man.
Yeah.
You motivate them. You push with them, man, and be thankful that we in a position right now today where we can be great.
Absolutely, my good
Because
brother.
at one point in time, we couldn't be great.
Right. That's right.
And that's what these ignorant people don't understand.
Right. Fact. And that's why they're still ignorant in a sense, because we understand that ignorance is simply those who lack knowledge. And they understood the condition of what we went through as a people and what we had to encounter, then they may would be have some sympathy and understand some of those same type of values that we were speaking about in the quality and the content of what man should have in his heart for fellow man or woman. Right.
Mhm.
But we have lost so much directions with our culture and direction with ourselves to we don't even understand what's beauty and what's not. Right.
Mhm.
Because you gotta be a fool not to see the beauty in that sister.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, and, and what they're looking for is something made up. And a lot of
Mhm.
times, that's what it becomes. Individuals coming together just to get what they can get from each other, but not what we can receive from each other. In a relationship, we supposed to both be able to gain something from it. Right? But if we're not gaining anything from it and everything that we are doing is only to bash one another or to look down on the quality that we hold for each other, we can never come together. We can never
Mhm.
bind. You
Mhm.
don't see and we don't see other cultures doing those things. Mm.
Mhm.
The
Mhm.
other man is always there to support his other half,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
and the other half of his woman is always there. Her and the children is always there to support him in the things that he's doing.
Uh-huh.
We the only one got this haterade in us to the point where we always looking down on Negroes, so to speak, about certain things that's going on. Right. And the moment one are trying to do something good or be of a high achievement, this is where all the hatred start coming and they started finding everything else
Mhm.
beside righteousness and good thing to say about that person.
Mhm.
Right. And again, this is because of that condition about separating us in our slavery days and some of the
Mhm.
spiritual enslavements that still lay with us, where we find ourselves being divided, or we had to go against each other in some form, dealing with certain conditions that we might be faced with. You know, and because of these things, it's bad in a lot of us still to this day that we don't even recognize. We still walking
Mhm.
around with a nigger European mentality, and we still
Mhm.
living ass head backwards. Like, um, brother, I know we have to we getting to close on the podcast. If you have anything that you like to state, my brother, you can definitely come in and tune in at this time if you choose to, my brother.
Um, you know, to Clarissa, man, and Papoose, we love y'all. To Clarissa, we definitely love you, sister. If you see this,
Right,
you
right.
know,
Peace,
you
sister.
keep on pushing, man, and don't let the enemy trick you, man. You know what I mean?
Right,
Stay focused, stay positive, stay encouraged, and just stay motivated, man, and stay on the positive path, man. And
right,
keep on knocking them out. Keep on doing what you're doing, man. You know what I mean? And keep on making history. Keep on pushing the ball for these sisters, man. For these sisters that come after you can make more money in the ring.
right. There you go. That's right. That's right. Don't want to let them continue to. That's right. To continue to carry that on and be great. You know, and try to sail to your highest ability and quality that you could possibly be. You know, and definitely, bro. And I feel the same way you feel about that, good brother.
Mm-hmm.
Also, for you all who haven't subscribed, please we ask that you subscribe to the channel. If
Mm-hmm.
anyone you all like to leave a comment, please leave a comment in the comment section.
Mm-hmm.
The comment and the question for the day is, do you all feel like Clarissa Shield is worthy enough to be the world champion, and also is Papoose able to be the man that she want or they need to be to each other in order for them to succeed? You know, I would like to know y'all comments in the comment section in reference to that. Again, my brother's always great chiming in with you as well, good brother. If
Mm-hmm.
you have any final thoughts, my good brother, please don't hesitate to give it to us, good brother.
Peace and blessing to the world, man. Peace and blessing to y'all out there, man.
Right, right, no doubt,
Bless
man. To you as likewise, good brother, man. It's always good, man, tuning in with you, man. You always be a big pleasure to have along the way, good brother.
you.
I ask
Indeed.
that your day continue to be flourishable, and you be at peace in everything that you're striving to do as well, my good family.
True
Mm.
indeed.
And also to everyone else out there, we ask that you all do the same. Continue to keep love in your heart. It's easy to hate, but it's a lot more harder to love. All right. So we ask that you all continue to find love in your heart and continue to help elevate fellow man and woman. Right. And for men, we would say that it's time to support the black woman or support any woman in that light. And we would say to the women, learn how to start supporting the black man or supporting any male out there, and strive to do the thing that gonna allow us to be more connected from a family perspective,
Mm-hmm.
and know how to be able to conduct and relate to each other through society.
Mm-hmm.
And we must start learning how to be appreciative of others, and also knowing how to behave and be positive to one another.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some of the thoughts that we would say that it should be required in order for us to heal, in order for us to be positive and be of great substance to each other along the
Mm-hmm.
way.
Mm-hmm.
But indeed, my brother, man, it's an honor again, man, and building in with you here, good brother.
Same to
And
you,
I do
brother.
thank you, man. That's right, good brother. And again, to everyone out there, again, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And we ask that you all, again, continue to stay at peace, continue to do the right things, continue to follow Builddaburg Music Group. We also will continue to give you more information for Streets and Watching Podcasts. Again, I'm your host, Forever B, along with my co-host, Prince
Prince
Lawyer.
Lawyer Day. True
That's
indeed.
right. Indeed, my brother's always honorable, good brother. And I do thank you all again for tuning in. Until next time, family. Peace and love.
Peace and love.